Hi guys, welcome to episode 5 of the All-In Fantasy LCS podcast. Today, Max is not with us, so replacing him will be the next worst player in our fantasy league hosting this show, and that would be me. But we'll get to that later. So, my name is Dan. Currently not doing so well in fantasy league, but to my right, there's Zisha here. Introduce
Currently
yourself.
doing very well in fantasy league. That's my introduction. I'm winning.
Yeah, undefeated still.
I
Man.
would have won even if Piglet had played.
I feel like I've been getting scammed on my matches, to be honest. I'm losing because of G2. But
So you're getting scammed by G2?
pretty much. But Max was he isn't able to join us this week. He had some prior commitments, and
Way too salty.
he did have a message to leave us. Zisha, do you want to read his little blurb there?
All right. Imagine me being a very salty Max.
You see that picture above the
said-
blurb that he has? I have that over his webcam picture.
Over his spot. Oh no.
Yeah.
It's gonna say you should do that. He says, and I quote, "You know how I don't know why people started using the word tilting for everything? It's become a dank meme and I really feel like it's lost its meaning since our league started using tilt to describe poor play or cast you atop or whatever. In my mind, real tilt is when you're stuck knee-deep, terrible losing streak, usually 1 a.m. on a weekday, school or work the next morning, but you're frustrated because your first win IUP bonus is still up for grabs. You keep telling yourself next game will be better, that you're going to end the night on a win, but that never happens. It only gets worse. This is literally me in Fantasy LCS this season." And then he says, "Everything I say, do the opposite."
Well, he doesn't know why people started using the word tilting for everything. Well, I don't know if he knows this. I hope he knows this, but tilt is a term that came from poker. And here's the definition. Tilt is a poker term for a state of mental or emotional confusion or frustration in which a player adopts a less than optimal strategy, usually resulting in the player becoming over-aggressive. This is closely associated with Steam, and some consider the terms equivalent, but Steam typically carries more anger intensity. So that's for all you youngins that don't know where tilting actually came from. It's actually from poker and like playing super bad hands because you got beaten badly off some stupid play or something like that. So it's basically playing poorly because you end up over wanting to compensate and everything like that, and that's tilting. Max also wanted to ask about when they're coming up with Fantasy Overwatch. I guess he wants to hop off this and go into that and start off fresh in a new fantasy career.
To get even more tilted, we can bring Robert Wu on.
Now, in terms of Fantasy Overwatch, I don't see this happening in the near future at all. Mostly just because you need a structured league. You need a structured league like LCS. Once you have that, then yes, I can see Fantasy Overwatch being something that's very, very doable. But until you have a structured league like LCS, I don't think there's really going to be any good fantasy, any esports at all. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. For me, if I want to recap on the past week or whatever, I just want to point out that Sneaky got the first penta of the NALCS summer split. It's pretty sweet. Steph still didn't win the match even with the penta, so that's kind of unfortunate. And again, Piglet does not play. I don't know. What did I say last week, man? I told you.
I thought he was gonna play. Did they say anything throughout the week about him not playing?
No, there's
'Cause I
no.
wasn't up.
I couldn't see anything at least, but I didn't expect him to play because I don't know, when your team is winning, like it's that saying, "Don't fix it if it ain't broke." So until they start getting stomped, like I could foresee Piglet not playing, which worries me a bit. If you're a Piglet owner, I wouldn't say jump the gun and drop him yet. I would still hang on to him, but don't start him until you know he's actually going to be playing.
Right. I think Steph dropped Piglet like after this week's games,
Yeah, she
and then
did.
I picked him up. I
You
picked
picked him
him
up.
up like right after. Yeah.
I told her, I was like, I don't know if you should drop him, but if you're really inclined to drop him, pick up Copy. um,
Hobby is the sure thing.
G2. I just want to touch on G2 because they've been screwing me royally. Um, they're like the EU version of Immortals this split. Like Immortals and G2 are not doing as good as they're expected to do, and it's driving me nuts, both of them. And like last split, I was big fans of both of these teams, but I don't know, they're really
You
disappointing
know
me.
what though? Okay, I still don't. I don't believe for a second that you were a big fan of Immortals ever.
I was a big fan
First
even
of
before
all.
the split started, and we looked at the roster. I was like, "Yo, I like this team," and I was always saying, "This is
Immortals is
the year for."
still the second best team in NA right now.
They are, but they don't play like it. And same with Immortals. Like when Immortals first came together and I saw the roster, I was like, "Yo, this is the redemption year for Wild Turtle. Like he's gonna redeem himself," and he did. And I don't know, this split not so much. But
Well,
this
I
split is
feel like
not
it's just
entirely on him. It's the whole team not playing well.
yeah. It's not even them not playing well, it's them not playing especially flashy or convincing. Like they're still really good. They just haven't done anything big.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like the thing you're saying about like G2 not performing as well, honestly, like we're 4 weeks in, right?
Yeah.
Upcoming fifth week. We're almost halfway through. If you look at the the history, like the scores, you look at NA and it's like super clear, right? It's like someone even made the point on Reddit like yesterday, the day before. It's like the top four teams have all beaten every team under them and lost to the team above them, and that's like the only, that's like the entire like league, right?
Right.
So it's super clear cut. And then we go to EU, and this week EU had like 7 ties or something.
Yeah. EU is tough, man. Like it's hard to say which teams are strong, which teams aren't. It's super
EU's is
hard
getting
to
harder and
find out.
harder. It's like the only team that you can be certain of doing decently well in EU now is
It's
Fnatic,
fanatic. So,
right?
so because of this, because we're halfway through the split already, in terms of LCS wise, not taking fantasy into consideration, do you like the best of two format more or best of three?
Like in general.
Yeah,
Hmm.
just from what we've seen so far in the split.
Uh, you know what? The best of two is nicer for scheduling, but honestly, best of three is so much more hype. I like it more. I've gotten pretty used to just not actually watching any games, anyways, which is probably not what Ryan wants, but
I
I
I
enjoy best of three more.
I actually agree with you. I think in the past I was kind of more into the best of two. I don't know why, but right now
Mhm.
I do like the best of three because like you can see clear cut winners and losers, and
Yeah, you get
there's a lot
closure.
more stats you can gather too as well if you're not playing to just the first two games of best of uh, like first two games and you're watching all of the
Yeah.
stats through all three games. Like
Mhm.
yeah, one team might drop a game or something, but like the two games that they win are usually in dominating factor. Like
Yeah.
so, it's pretty
Like
exciting watching those kind of games.
it's like if you looked at TSM in best of two, if TSM had like only best of twos, it would look a lot different than TSM with best of threes,
Yeah,
right?
they wouldn't be
Because
undefeated.
every 1-1 they had, like every one that started out 1-1, was like a really big stomp in one direction and then a really big stomp in the other direction kind of
Hmm.
thing. Then you would be like, oh man, TSM is such a clusterfuck. And no, it's just like they just lose second games, but they win everything anyways. Speaking of which, They lost to Echo Fox.
Did they
Know what
lose
that
the
means,
first game
right?
or second game?
Shit, I don't remember.
Because I think when
I
they
didn't
played,
actually see the.
like when they played Immortals, I think they lost first game, right? And they won the second and third.
No, they won the first game versus Immortals and lost the second, I think.
Or maybe it was
They
C9,
lost the
I don't
first
know.
game against Fox.
Oh.
It might have been C9. They lost the first game versus Fox.
Yeah, so,
But yeah,
um, yeah, based on that, like, NA kind of generates more hype as well, too, because of the best of three
definitely.
format, I think.
Do you
So,
think EU would look different if like they had the chance to close out their series so it isn't 7 ties?
um, I think it
Or do
would
you
look
think
different, but I think,
Mhm.
like, it would be surprisingly different as well, too. Like, for
Okay.
some
Like
reason, I
you
feel
like
like some teams that we think would be, like, bottom tier because it's a
yeah.
best of three, they may actually be at the top, like Splice or
So
something.
you're saying instead of being confused by good teams tying, we will be surprised by seemingly bad teams winning?
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like Splice and
Yeah, I can see.
Shock like have a chance to be higher than they are.
Splice Shock and Rock Hat.
Yeah, Rocket too. Rocket is it's kind of both ways for Rockets. They either get shit on or they shit on others. So that's a wild card one.
That's true.
But yeah, anyways, going to our league results, all in league results.
Mhm.
So let's look over the matchups for last week, week 4. First match was How to Skill Shot versus I Believe in Weldon. So that's Steph versus Zisha. Um, Pretty one-sided victory. Again, Piglet didn't play. Everyone else on her team scored decently well though, except for Odoamne. And
I still would have won if Piglet had played.
what the hell happened to Team Envy, man? We thought they were gonna have a good week.
I, you thought they were gonna have a good week.
Actually, yeah, I thought they were gonna have a good week. I thought they were gonna have one
I
of
was
those.
like, dude, they're
They had a
playing
tough
TSM
week.
and C9. This is gonna be their hardest week.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna be able to put up a fight and like at least get some points.
Oh yeah,
But
you said there was a good chance of their C9 game being just a complete bloodbath, right?
yeah,
That's what you were hoping for.
yeah, and I think it kind
That
of
didn't
did,
really
but
happen.
just it was one-sided.
Yeah.
Because that's the game that Sneaky got a pentakill, right?
I think so.
Something like that. And then even TSM
Yeah,
didn't
game
do
two
that
of
great.
Envy.
Their players, like they did like what you would expect them to. They didn't
Well,
get their like
they
80s and
lost
90s.
versus they lost versus Fox, and then
Yeah.
they had not completely stompy games versus Envy. Like the games versus Envy were kind of a lot of nothing happening, and then TSM out rotating and winning.
Hmm.
So it wasn't high scoring. It was like last season H2K kind of scores.
Uh,
Alright.
and then looking at this too, I also suggested Steph should drop somebody. I think I said drop Mighty Bear and pick up Steve.
I'm not sure about the Steve pickup, but I agree with dropping Teddy Bear.
Because
Every week I look at what team might do well, and then sometimes I'll look at what is it, Schalke or whatever, and
yeah,
I'll be like, Then I'll be like, Mighty Bear, no.
but Odo's been exceptionally bad all season. Like he's only scoring around the 40-50 point range.
He has been.
So
I thought he could do better.
I thought so too, but I think it's the meta. I don't know. They went vitality. They're like H2 vitality right now.
Yeah.
Next matchup we had Max's team Rocket equals Challenger versus Apatu Chris's team. This was a pretty bad stomp as well too.
Getting completely butt blasted.
What went wrong here? Oh, Envy went wrong. Ninja 27
And
points.
he like tried to
Checkos
take out as much as Envy as he could, but
and
also
G2.
Immortals didn't do amazing either.
Yeah, Immortals didn't do as good as expected as well too. The team did alright, decent. But
You know what's the funny thing?
what?
Is Max got completely crushed, and Chris had Funny Fufu and Smoothie on his lineup.
Yo, it was literally Reckless and Feminine. Like these two guys are carrying Chris so hard because Well, Ray had a good week. Usually he doesn't.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's not even amazing or anything, right?
yeah, it's not amazing. It's like reckless and feminine, just beast moding.
Oh
Oh my
boy.
god. Next match: Squad Gang Tribe, Tim versus me. Peel for me. Yeah, this was a disaster as well. It's just
This was the closest
it was close,
this
I
week.
guess, but I think what it came down to was TSM having a really good Sunday. Not the like maybe not the
Yeah.
players themselves, but the team. They were like
They
racking up objectives.
the envy set was like completely like I I like tuned into the envy set and then I got completely distracted and then I looked back like 20 minutes later
Hmm.
and it 20 minutes and they're like 0-0, but 4 towers up.
Yeah,
And that was just like both games was like that. I
and
was
then you
pretty
see
happy.
like G2 there, Trick, Perks, and G2 Esports, just complete trash, just straight trash.
Those sub 50 scores.
Like they're supposed to be my core players.
How does it feel that X special scored better than your G2 carries?
Seriously, what the fuck? It makes absolutely no sense. This is how you must have felt about Double Lift last season or last split.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I'm pretty happy that my only European players this split are Fnatic players, so I don't have to get sucked into this whole which EU players am I even going to field this week because it's a complete gamble.
Yeah, that's a tough part too. Ugh. All right, so let's go over back to the the standings for our team. So, sixth place we have Max. He dropped. Oh, actually, Max stays in last place.
Max
he's
dropped from last to last.
he's just terrible. uh,
And right above him,
right above him, that's me. I dropped from fourth place. Chris moved up one spot to fourth. Steph's team dropped one place to third. Tim went up to second place, and still in first place we have Zisha as well. So yeah, I think at this point, like I don't know how. Like I don't think I'm in the race anymore to come first. Like it's over for me. Like I not
mm,
only have to win all of my games, but I also have to
but
hope
I have
that
to
you lose
lose
all
pretty much
of your
all of them.
games.
Do you think
Like
TSM is going to just start losing now?
I don't know, man. Like it doesn't look like it, because like when TSM is in their groove, they're in their groove. It's like when they,
Tomorrow morning,
because usually they start
tomorrow
off the
morning,
season bad,
yeah.
and then they
But
get better
this
throughout.
split, they started off the season hiring Weldon.
Exactly. So they started off on a
So
good
your
foot.
your only hope is tomorrow we're gonna wake up and there's gonna be breaking news that Weldon literally got hit by a car.
Oh
That's
my
what's
god.
gonna happen. That's how it's
Or
gonna happen.
or they bring back TSM Green Moon. Oh my god. The
That
hate.
fucks over TSM and Fnatic, and those are like the only teams I have. I'll have to actually bring on Piglet.
Alright, so let's look at week 5 matchups. We'll start with first match of the game. I mean, first match of the week. How to skill shot versus Rocket equals challenger. So, Steph's team versus Max's team. What are your thoughts on this?
Do you think Max is gonna have a good week finally?
No, because
Okay,
you know why? Because she took
why?
Piglet out of her lineup.
Oh, that's true.
I
Okay,
I'm
I'm
hoping
I'm
that
looking at Max's
yeah
I'm looking at Max's team. All right, it's basically all Immortals, Envy, and H2K, right?
yeah
Immortals has Apex and C9. Do you think they're gonna have a good week?
against C9 it's gonna be rough. I think they could
Apex,
play good
yes.
against Apex.
Yeah. All right. H2K has Origin, Rocket. Do you think they're gonna do well?
It's hard to say. It's EU.
Yeah. Basically, TLDR.
I can't
I don't
predict
even
anything
know.
from EU. It's hard.
Oh, all right. And Envy plays against Echo Fox and Team Liquid.
I think they could win both.
All right. Do you think that's good enough to beat
Well,
Steph's team without Piglet?
if if he had Seraph,
Yeah.
because Seraph just had a really shit week. He only had like 29 points or something like that. So like
Yeah.
he's definitely looking to bounce back for sure this week, and
You
this
think
is a good
Seraph's
opportunity
angry?
for him. Like who is he playing?
Seraph's super thirsty.
He's playing
Fox and TL.
who's that Fox top laner?
Uh, fucking KFO.
Okay, yeah, Seraph can squash him, and then Lorlo, Seraph can squash him. So yeah, either way, I think. I mean, if HK does well, so does Odo Omni. So and Ryu.
Okay, so Max is hoping that H2 does absolute shit, but Envy and Immortals does well.
Yeah, hopefully.
I can see that happening.
But I don't know. Jensen, Sneaky, Yellow Star, and Dardoch.
Yeah.
It's gonna. I think that's gonna be the most interesting match to watch this week. Okay, moving on to
games. Yeah.
the next match. We have Tim versus Zisha. This looks pretty lopsided, just based on the predictions, rad predictions, but we know they're not always accurate.
Dude, Sven's gonna have a 200-point week. Just you watch.
I hope so because I really want my G2 guys to play well.
No. G2's gonna score nothing, but Sven's gonna get 200 points. Literally, it'll be every team fight G2 just completely melts, gets caught face checking something, and then Sven 1v5s.
This is a pretty EU heavy team. It's pretty much EU except for Pobelter and TSM.
Which means we have absolutely no idea what's gonna happen.
Exactly. And based on what's been happening, Tim has managed to climb his way from like almost last place to like second. So he might be able to surprise us. I doubt it, but we could see a surprise. Next match is me versus Chris. I like to think that I can beat Chris. Based on total points, I have more total points than he has over the split. But that doesn't mean shit. Also, he has Reckless and Feviven, which scare me. Other than that, like I'm not too big on Soaz. I don't think Ray can outperform Impact.
As we've seen before, he had Smoothie in his flex, and he still beat Max by like 200 points.
Right. But I also beat Max that week. So yeah, we'll see.
So your matchup is basically another how does EU do this week matchup.
Yeah. How does Fnatic do? And how does G2 do?
EU right now is making predictions real hard.
Okay, so let's move over to our week 5 projections. And oh shit, Zisha did his this week.
Not this week because I was home.
Okay, so let's start with as usual our top lane. Do you want to go over these things, I guess?
I got ganked by mom. Alright. So Max also did his, and we all agree. Your top lane number 1 is Hanser. TSM has a pretty easy week. They faced like P1 and something.
They had a really easy week.
What is it? Phoenix 1 and CLG.
Yeah.
So Hanser for first. Pretty set in stone.
I think
Got
Fnatic has a really good week too.
Fnatic, probably. They don't have like a super easy week, but like we said, they're like the only consistently good EU team anymore. I have Seraph number two because
That's a
Envy also has a
surprise to
pretty.
me.
No, because
Seraph at
okay,
number two.
because you just went through this, right? Like
Yeah, I
talking
did.
about if Max had Seraph, you do well.
But that's why I had him at
That's
five.
what I was meaning. Yeah.
I didn't think he would be
Um.
like number two good.
Okay. So what I did was EU. You have no idea who's going to beat who. So I
Yeah.
looked at an NA. The
That's why I put
only two
Steve.
teams with two easy games, two very winnable games, are TSM and Envy.
Mhm.
So that's why I think Envy players generally high up this week. I got Huni number 3, Gamsu number 4, Impact number 5, Expect in 6. See all these EU players in the like bottom 3, because
Look,
they
look
might
at
do well.
Wonderwear. Like, Wonderwear at 5. What the heck is that?
You, you know what? That's as legit a prediction as any EU prediction right now.
I have Steve in second. Like,
Oh
fucking
boy.
EU, man.
You know what? You know what? If someone can actually accurately predict EU right now, I fucking commend them. They are like god level. But yeah.
Okay, let's move over to the jungle spot.
Okay. Spirit, the only good EU team. And their star jungler, Spirit. Makes sense.
Yeah,
And
and then number
2
2.
to 4 is Sven, Reignover, and Meteos for all of us. Which makes sense.
I have some faith in
And
Reignover
then-
this week. I think I'm a Sven Skaren hater.
Yeah.
So I have him at the end of the top 4.
But even then, it's still like clear that he's up there.
Yeah. Where it gets
And then after
interesting is our 5, 6, 7, and 8 picks.
Well,
So
the first interesting thing is you have Trick dead last in your top 8.
yeah.
Me and Max have him 5.
I-
But,
I'm not feeling G2.
I
They
don't
need
know,
to
I
get.
feel like
They need to hire Weldon.
no, TSM hired Weldon so that other teams couldn't get him.
I have Trashy
Hopefully
for
that's
5th.
You know what? I can't even say anything.
It's hard, man.
Can't even say that's wrong.
It's so hard.
My only hope for G2 is that they probably won't lose to Shulk and Vitality. They'll probably no, that's last week. They probably won't lose to Fnatic and Origin. They'll probably at least tie.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna get shit on by Fnatic. And then Origin is like, I don't know. G2 is so bad right now, they might even lose to Origin.
I feel like G2
They
has
might
just been
tie to
playing-
Origin.
G2's been playing well against good teams though.
I don't know what to say about them, man. I need to see more of it.
This is analyst tilt, but you can't tell anything.
I know, I'm tilting hard.
We're just going through these lists. We're like we don't. There's nothing we can even say.
Alright, let's jump over to mid.
Alright.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, we have Febby. We all have Febby, Bjerg, and Jensen pretty high,
Except you.
which all makes sense. Well, I still have Oh yeah, I have Jensen lower, but I don't know. That could move higher. I have Ninja pretty high because I believe in Envy this week. Then past that, we got a bunch of Fox on the board this week
Yeah.
because they have potential to win some games. They got what do they have? They have Vitality and something? Vitality and Unicorn?
Something like
Yeah.
that. We see a Senkuk sighting.
Names you don't usually see because they're European. And then Betsy.
I have Betsy
Betsy's
on
a
the
generally
board.
good player. Yeah.
Ryu's on
Good
the board.
appearance. I got perks higher than I probably should. But I don't know. I kind of feel like they could do something this week.
Well, if Trick does well, I think Perks could do well. But my Perks and Tricks is pretty well in line. Has 8 picks on both of them.
I don't know why I believe in them this week. I just kind of do.
Just got that feeling.
Just got that feeling about G2.
Okay, 80 carry.
80 carry. Okay. Reckless. Sneaky dub left. Top 3. I think we're unanimous on that.
Pretty much,
And
yeah.
then we have Kabi. You have Kabi. That. I got Sven because I believe in G2 again. And also Sven just like does well even if G2 doesn't.
Yeah.
So I have more like founded faith in him.
Wait, speaking of Sven, did you see that game this year or this week, the highlight? Where G2 was like, they were like literally 10 HP off the Nexus to win the game. And then,
were they?
they got quadred. They got quadred and lost the game. It's the saddest thing. This is the G2 tilt.
So you know what? They were like 10 HP off of doing okay this week.
Oh my god. I only would have got like 2 extra points for that.
Yeah.
For a win. But
and then also not dying.
I guess.
The 2 points for not getting quadrat. Alright, and then after that we got people like Rally's Lod, Turtle, we got Fabi up there because I guess they're doing alright. We got Steelback. It was basically teams that aren't playing Fnatic. 80 carries that aren't playing Fnatic and some North American 80 carries. And then we got Freeze in there.
Yeah, you got Freeze. I don't know.
I'm just kind of a Freeze fanboy.
Okay, support.
Okay, support is easy.
On Biofrost.
Yeah, Biofrost, Yellowstar, Adrian always do at least okay. I don't even know what team Milky X is on. Honestly.
I forget.
You're the one who has them.
Fuck.
Tell me who
I think he's EU.
Milky X is on. Well, no shit, he's EU, but what? Is he like Giants or something?
I think. Oh, he's Kabi support.
Is that why you believe?
Yeah, because I believe in Kabi, so I believe in Milkix. Or Milky X.
Oh, alright.
We have a Spraddle pretty high.
We've got misspelled Spraddle. Okay, we got X Special. Me and you, we both have X Special.
Yeah. Despite losing,
Apex
he did decent.
Apex is playing Immortals in P1, so... Well, I can see them stomping P1.
Yeah, basically. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. I got Hakuho because even though I don't believe in Hakuho, I believe in Envy. We got Raze. There's a good chance for Raze to do well.
And a random Matt sighting.
I still don't believe in Team Liquid.
Honestly, I just didn't know who to put in my 8th spot.
Well, you could have... Clearly you could have put in Spraddle.
No. He doesn't deserve it.
Alright, what about Vander? Do you believe in Vander?
Who does he support?
I'm blanking.
Vander's H2K, isn't he?
Yes.
So he supports police. I don't believe in police.
Wait, H2K? No, Freeze.
Oh, is H2K Freeze? Who's police? UOL?
Police is Vitality.
Oh, that's why. Because H2K is the new Vitality. Okay, yeah, maybe Vander, but
Yeah.
whatever. Nobody deserves
So
the 8th
and
spot,
then
really.
yeah.
Okay, let's go to the teams. Teams, it's pretty similar.
Well, all right. I have NG higher than everyone else. I've explained my reasoning. Other than that, it's TSM Fnatic C9 are all pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
And then past that, we all have Immortals at 5th, but Max has Shulk at 4th.
But remember, like, whatever Max does, do the opposite.
So Shulk is gonna lose.
And he has envy pretty
Okay,
low.
and then yeah, so Envy's gonna win. Uh, you guys have Splice on your bottom of the team. I've got Vitality.
I liked Splice's
Uh,
matchups, from what I
yeah,
remember when I saw it.
Splice has got a chance.
I think they're playing Giants and UOL or something.
Okay, let's look at this because I looked at this and even the matchups didn't give me a hint of who might win this week in EU. Because okay, Splice plays UOL and Vitality.
Okay.
Vitality plays Splice and Shulk. Shulk plays UOL and Vitality.
It's
UOL
like
plays Shulk and Splice.
you can't
So
predict that
those teams are
shit.
all fighting each other.
You can't predict that shit. It's impossible to
Rocket is
predict that.
playing Rocket is playing Giants and H2K. H2K is playing Origin.
These are all
And but
like
keep in mind, Origin beat Fnatic last week in one game.
this is
So
basically gonna be all ties.
yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
EU.
Fucking you. So after Immortals, it's just like put down a random team.
Yes.
That's our expert analysis.
That's
Jesus
pretty much
Christ.
our expert, or maybe not so expert,
Max doesn't
predictions
even need
for
to.
week 5.
There's like literally nothing that we can predict.
There really isn't. This is a tough split. I don't know why. It's so much harder than last season or last split.
It's
But
it's a mystery. I think EU skill floor went up is part of it, but even past that, just every team tying every team is just what is even happening?
I'm hoping.
But dude, I thought GG.
I'm
I thought
hoping
it
they're
was just
gonna.
gonna be GG crushing.
I'm gonna hope that they're gonna move everybody to like best of 3, and then we can have fantasy record all 3 games, and potentially 2. It'll be pretty random.
What do you think one of the regions is gonna change their format next split?
I don't know. I think that's what they're doing. They're testing which one will work better, right?
Well, officially, it's just both. Each region made their own choice on they wanted a best of, and they just each decided on their own.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think they are very open to the results of each other. But they also, I think, they take into account far more than us scheduling,
Right.
because that's a lot bigger deal for them than for us. So like, that's definitely scheduling is definitely easier in best of 2. So it's still not easy to say if they'll change it. It'll be interesting to see though.
Like the way that EU's done, they still do it the same way, right? Like, or do they have? No. They play 2 games at the same time, right?
Yeah, they still have the 2 streams going on.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess, for the day. Any last words?
I'm pretty tilted. I'm pretty tilted by EU.
The whole league is
Honestly, I
tilted.
shouldn't be. I really shouldn't be tilted by EU. I should be like incredibly happy about this.
I know,
As
4-0.
a fantasy LCS player who has TSM and Fnatic, I should be overjoyed, absolutely overjoyed that G2 is just tied for last.
I should have drafted C9.
As somebody who has to go through this every week and try to make predictions, I'm incredibly tilted.
My God. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I don't have any shoutouts for today. Yes, next weekend is Canada Day.
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't know.
fuck, that means I won't be home again to watch
Exactly.
LCS.
It's gonna be hard for us to watch games
I've watched
on
like
that
one
week.
game a week for the past like 3 weeks.
I've only been able to couch a little bit too because this weekend I had like an engagement dinner to go to. Went to go see a movie, blah blah blah. Had to work. It's been tough to keep up with all these games, but
There's too many games now.
we're trying our
Well, I mean,
best.
I don't know. If I were not like not even home the entire weekend, I could at least catch the ones I cared about, which I guess is enough.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? It's okay.
Yeah, alright, we'll see you guys next Monday. If you guys liked our videos, you can always click up here to
If you guys are as tilted about EU as us, make
yeah.
sure to subscribe. If you guys know exactly what's going on in EU,
Let us
we should
know
bring you on
your
the
predictions
podcast.
because we're at a complete loss. But yeah,
We will
more
even
videos
bring
up
you
over
on the
here.
podcast.
If you click down here, I guess I'll put some annotations on the side so you can skip ahead to the other videos. I guess if you're watching this, you've already watched the entire video. There's no point in skipping ahead. But, but yeah, whatever. The subscribe button's still down there and you can still click the videos over here. And that's it. Peace out, guys.